I would say what you see in Bob is what you get. That's Bob. Even though what you see is what you get, there was more to Bob than what you see. So that's how mystic Bob Marley is. Not was, but still is, really. Because Bob still carries that aura, that mystic within his music, his works, that, you listen to it and it's speaking about now, today, and tomorrow, not just in the 60s or the 70s. If you play a 70s of Bob Marley, it speaks about today.
The essence of him, that he's someone that is ordained, Yeah, because you grow in a lot of people, even as a child, whole heap of Rasta people, and that whole vibe was very strong, revolutionary vibe. That's what we grew up, that's the vibe we grew up in. But nobody else don't have that essence, that aura, that, that he has. When his name is like, oh, you don't want to make no mistake.
I learn from him on so many different levels every single day. Musically, of course, but business-wise, you know what I mean? He was an incredible businessman and handled his business very well. So there's not one real level, spiritually, just how to handle things. There are a lot of different levels. The more I learn about the man, the more I'm encouraged and the more I'm inspired. And also the more that I see that it's very realistic to be a musician, to have a certain amount of success and also to have integrity. And that's a very powerful thing. So he sort of was very much a roadmap for me.
So our father's a Rasta man, and we are Rastas also. So it's the same work to us. It was a work to him. It's not just like you're playing music and getting popular, and it's a spiritual thing. And we as Rastas, we see it as a duty.
I don't think he was going after success, really. He had that determination of being heard, more so than being successful. It was a matter of, will people listen to me? Will they understand what I'm saying?
Normal man. Very, very average, and I think that's how he saw himself, as a very average man who was doing something that he loved. And I think, too, that he is, I'm not going to say he would be amazed. He is amazed to see what has become of something that he loved,
Officer Brown, can you do me a favor, turn the house off for 1 second? We'll just run it one time.
Oh, pirates, yes, they robbed I, stole I from the molten sea. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless bay, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We fought in this generation triumphantly. Don't you help to sing?
Music is universal, Music have no boundary. No color, class, not creed. No, it's not like that. Yes, sir. And that also is Bob Marley. Yeah, he make it pure as water, odorless. You understand? Yeah. So this concert really want to show that incorporation of everyone, every area, music, life, people. Yeah, that is the whole purpose of music.
There's the most wonderful vibe here. There's the most amazing camaraderie and enthusiasm and a sense of peace. A lot of things happened during putting the artist lineup together and chose what song. Some of the artists that we'd expected to show up ultimately didn't make it. Some that we hadn't even thought about ultimately came to be. It's been a surprise all the way. There's been a lot of, I would almost say it's karmic. There's been a lot of changes to get to the people that are actually, you will be seeing on this DVD. But I feel in some very spiritual way, these are the people that Bob really invited, and this is his spirit that's guiding it, and we're all just honored to be part of it.
met Bob in Trenchtown. Well, through music, I guess. Through music. Because then they were quite popular in Jamaica, especially in the ghetto areas as the Rude Boys. By then they had the hit song which was called Simmer Down. And so they were quite popular. Every girl wanted to see them. And I was one of those girls who was trying to find out who are they. We heard about the Wailers, and we wanted to know who are they. So I was one of those anxious young girls who wanted to meet them.
Do you remember when you first met Bob?
I met Bob just around 64, late 64. Just about late 64, yes.
Where was it?
In Trenchtown, passing by my house. I was like upper class Trenchtown, and Bob was like lower class Trenchtown. So he would come from lower class through upper class, then to Coxson's studio. And so I was always, eager to see them. They passed morning, evening. I was still going to school, doing nursing training. And I made myself visible for them to see me, and it worked. So we met.
What happened after that?
Music, really. It was all about music.
I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder too much, but I know that nothing going on here would be getting on without me. So I don't have much to say, but I say one love, peace, joy, and happiness.
The first song he did was Judge Not, and I heard his music playing on the radio in the evenings, and then that let me have to listen again, and that was Bob on there, all right. And Desmond Decker and all those guys that, he grew up with and play music with, and him and Bonnie, and they started to just blossom, so.
Success was far away. It was more a struggle of getting out of the ghetto, getting your music play on the radio, just getting married in 1966, going off to Delaware, trying to do something, make something out of life, end up working in Chrysler, putting car parts together, from there to DuPont Hotel, vacuuming the floor and being the bellboy, until he decided to come back to Jamaica, because it was depressing. One incident happened that he wrote specially about that I'll never forget. I still have that letter, where he was vacuuming the floor in the Hotel DuPont in Delaware, and the bag burst, and the dust and the dirt came in his face, and that's when he really gave up and said, no, I'd rather be home in the bushes of St. Anne's writing songs. Yes.
Welcome to the tribute. I assume everybody out here has a pass who's shooting cameras. Can you hold them up, please? Anyone has a camera, hold up your pass. I want to see yours, I think. Never seen yours. Anyone else? Pass.
You guys have it. This is a great experience for myself. I never thought a new artist coming out the box would be doing something this major. This is really major for me, so I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. It's a blessing feeling for me.
would think it's peace and safety. Bloodshed and destruction. Collective security for surety. Yeah. Don't forget your history. And you know your destiny. In the abundance of water, the food is thirsty. Rat race. What you say? Rat race. Rat race. Rat race. Oh, it's a disgrace to see the human race in a rat race. Rat race.
Break it down, mama. 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 Break it down, mama.
He always wanted to get into the urban market, to the black America, you know what I mean? Yeah. The Marvin Gaye fans and the Steve, yeah. So we know that was where he was at the time, 1980, you understand? You know what I mean? And it just so happened that right now, hip-hop, you know what I mean, is at the forefront of black American music. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that is how the whole force behind that come about, is knowing that, yeah, Marley's want to do that.
Surprised when Stephen Marley asked you to be a part of this project?
Nah, actually they always ask me to do something, you know, but this is the first thing that they actually called me back and said, come, we're ready, and everything is together, and I'm like, cool. So it was just a matter of time, really, because we toured together a few years ago, and we became good friends on that tour, so we knew we'd do something again.
What's the best thing about Marley to you?
Oh, just the music itself. It's different than everybody else's, the message. And then the fact that you look at the legacy of it. You see the family, you see it continuing. You know, he must have did something right, because that whole family has taken those gifts and made them work in their own ways and continue to make the music live. And really kept it, it's an empire now, and you gotta love that. You gotta love that.
Tribulations and the different producers and the different trials and trying to make it work. We had a record shop in Trenchtown and called the Wailing Soul, where it was a mixture of the Wailers and the Soulettes trying to combine things together. But after Island came in and signed the group, you know, put that trust and that faith in saying, well, I think you can do it. You know, you just need this support that I have to give, and I'm going to give it. So go after it. With a doubt still, because he was told by others, you're crazy, Chris. These guys, you'll never see them again with your money. But he said he felt something, especially in Bob, that he thought he would take the risk. Things started to happen outside of Jamaica. Then we started to feel like international, like, hey, you never can tell. Then they made the Catch a Fire. Burning came, and Danny Sims came into the picture with Johnny Nash, just in the middle of there, when things started to move with Island. And we signed with Danny, just in the middle of that time. We started to work with Johnny Nash. Bob started to write songs with Johnny Nash and other guys, and things started to improve when we were getting like, I think Danny gave us like $300 per month as artists and writer, because Bob was writing like crazy then. And we were on $300 per month for quite a while, surviving, and felt like, hey, it's getting there, we're getting US dollars. you know?
Daddy wanted me to be a lawyer or a doctor. Music, I think, he thought was something for adults.
When did Bob get his interest in music? I think it was born in him, you know, because from he was a little boy, he'd been playing little sticks and, you know, knocking sticks together and making like their own little drums, you know, and make their own little things that they play with, like they used to use the bamboo and they cut the bamboo. You know what bamboo is? The tall tree there, yeah, you know it. And what they do, I think they cut the top of the bamboo and the outside. And, you know, they cut it down like this and somewhere they carve it out and let it become like string. You know, like guitar string or banjo string. And those are their little artificial guitars that they play. They use like pans and things, and they make their own little to give it that little sound. And it's admirable to see what children do in those days. They don't do that no more.
Bob is the strongest musical influence that I have ever had in my entire life, period. I saw Bob live when I was 8 years old at the Star Lake Amphitheater in Burbank. I don't think it's even open anymore. I went to see him with my pop, and it was the most amazing experience of my life. Peter Tosh came out on the encore for Get Up, Stand Up, and it was, even at that age, I knew that I was witnessing something really special.
Bob Marley is a living manifestation of a martyr, a revolutionary, and someone who, beyond anything and everything, gave his self for truth.
I don't think we realized he was Bob Marley for a while, you know? It was like, Daddy, you know, when you coming home? Mommy, when are you coming home? And it probably wasn't until after his passing that we realized that our father was a cool guy to a lot of people, you know, because we only saw him as Dad.
Say, I remember when we used to sing in the government yard entrance town. And then Georgie would make the fire light, like longwood burning through the night. And then we cook cornmeal porridge
It's amazing. It's an amazing honor. I've just always loved Bob Marley's music, and it's incredible to play with musicians that played in his band.
For me, of course, it's an honor of musically the highest, one of the highest I've ever had in my life. I've had some high points, like playing with John Lee Hooker and things, but playing with this band right here, Tyrone, Family Man, Al, it's the ultimate musical honor for me.
What about the songs that you're performing?
I'm doing Get Up, Stand Up, and I think, the last person added on to this festival. So I was very, very surprised that that song was still available, coming in so late. But it was waiting there, so I said I'd love to do that one.
And what do you hope to bring to that, your contribution to the message, the music?
I hope to bring to it a respectful version, to do it justice and pay respect to its origin and its meaning.
It's not all that glitter is gold. Our story has never been told. And now we see your light. Yeah. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Most people think heaven is under the earth. Oh, yeah, I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitter is gold. Half that story has never been told. So now you see the light. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. One more time, I say, get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. 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 Never give up the fight. Cause you never give up the fight. Cause you never give up the fight. We never give up the fight. You 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 never give up the fight. Can't give up the fight. You never give up the fight. Can't give up the fight. Never give up.
Lots of hard work. It's unbelievable how
Why
hard.
is it hard work?
Because you have to get up to catch a bus to the next venue. Then when you get to the venue, you have to do interviews. Then you have to do sound check. Then you have to get back to your hotel. Then you have to get back for the show. Then you catch the bus for the next venue. So it wasn't always. But when you get out there, when you get on stage and they say, now we have Bob Marley and the Wailers. You go there and you're in Bob is it takes you into a different world.
What was it like being on stage and seeing that audience go through what they went through?
Glory. It's like glory, hallelujah. It's like going to church where you get in there and the ceremony started and the preacher said certain things and it touched you and you, hey, like he says, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. And he made sure that, even with his toe, when his toe is sick and we're saying, Bob, you can't wear the boots tonight, wear sandals. He says, no, you're crazy, I have to be kicking in my boots. That's me. Anything less is not me, and I have to give my audience, my fans, full me, 100%, never less. And each time he goes out on a show, you never get a lesser act. You never say, well, tonight's show wasn't too good, because no. Every night it's a woo. You go way up there, and it takes you through that. It's not gimmick, because most people see Bob in action and think, oh, that's the Bob Marley move, and it's more spiritual than being gimmicked. You know, it's action that is moved by the spirit of his music.
That feeling that he reached ultimately was the thing that not too many artists are ever able to establish, like how you can make people react as if he was physically grabbing them and throwing them all around a room or something. You know what I mean? His music, just the element that he had in his music that was just so undeniable. It captivated people through this, how it felt. That's something that I always try to do when I'm performing or when I'm delivering my lyrics on a song, or, you know what I'm saying, when I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about. I want to make sure that not only you like how my joints sound, but you're feeling my joint, you know what I mean?
Studio and put it into flight packs, put it on an airplane and float it down. We have set up in some fairly primitive facilities here, basically empty containers. And because we're outside, literally, with the theater, with the sound system, one of the problems we have is that there's so much bass coming out of the sound system. You literally have stacks and stacks of subwoofers. Bass is a very, very important part of Jamaican reggae music. We have more bass back where we are than we could probably ever use, and it's almost impossible for folks in the control room to work because it is so loud.
Talking about, I said fly away home to Zion, fly away home. One bright morning when my work is over, I shall fly away home. Fool, boy, you must have gone down. Here we go, you're trying to disrespect King Selassie. Rock to your foot. Proper information about Rastafari. Like show me the Bible and salute the Most High. The one we don't know, them are the most for your side. The imperial majesty really get crucified. I know we really get the color blue in the sky. Right after you see the youth, baby still a cry. You need inside of your life, not tell you no lie. Because I believe that I and I will really verify. So the spirit of Selassie, I will take you very high. And if we stop waste time, you know if we don't, the other guy. Long time when you wait for some people unified. So clean up yourself and we'll start purify. When uniform yourself, you know we're strength multiply. We're strength multiply. You know we're strength multiply. So you're strength multiply. Away to Zion. Yes, yo. Put your ones in the air for one love. That's how we do it tonight. Talking about? What they talking about? What they talking about? What they talking about? Split Star? Talking about? One bright morning when my work is over. most high. Since will be day up to this day, he's close by. Watching over me, riding Babylon, scoping me. From my mother's womb, they took my mind and started holding me. Like Pookie on the crack, I heard the devil calling me. By the powers of Jah, he took the devils off of me. I can see clearly now, I'm stepping with authority. Jah bless you, I got the whole world supporting me. Jah is my friend, different from an enemy. Down, I talks to him, shouting down, looking at him. Gave me a call, he said, I want you to tell them all that all you shall witness when Babylon fall. He said, all you shall witness when Babylon fall. He said, all you shall witness when Babylon fall. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, all you shall witness when Babylon fall. That's what we're talking about. Babylon fall. All you shall witness when Babylon fall. Yeah, when Babylon fall. All you shall witness when Babylon fall. One time, when Babylon fall. All you shall witness when Babylon fall. Put your hands in the air one time for me. Put your hands in the air 2 times for me. Put your hands in the air 3 times for me. Put your hands in the air 4 times for me. Put your hands in the air 5 times for me. Put your hands in the air Babylon fall. Put your hands in the air Babylon fall. Put your hands in the air Babylon fall. That's what we're talking about. One time party. I am falling and I can't get up. One bright morning when my work is over, and we'll fly away home. What they talking about? What they talking about? What they talking about? Busta Rhymes? What they talking about? Steve, what they talking about? When my work is over, we'll fly. Mr. Marley, what am I talking about? Yeah. What he talking about? Salute.
Hear that Bob music. Don't care how weak you are, as him said, forget your sorrows and dance. Forget your weakness and dance. You have to tap your foot or do something. You can't just keep quiet when you hear his music. But not just the lyrics, not just the music, the beat of the music, but we want to listen also to the words. Because that's where the fulfillment and the joy come from.
Because he is a leader where, you know, he leads, you will have to follow. And it's not even his own instinct of saying I'm a leader, but the people makes him a leader. The people makes him a leader, and he even now he's being followed, because there's all the reggae artists that go on stage and don't do a Bob Marley. You have to do a Bob Marley to get the crowd, hey, you know? Yeah, I did a lecture last Friday, and I had to end the lecture with One Love. That's the only thing got everybody touching each other and really creating that thing that we need, you know?
One love, one heart, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let them all pass on their dirty remarks. One love, one heart. There's a place for the hopeless sinner. Yes, hurts all mankind just to save his own. Believe me, one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
One love for me means loving oneself and reflecting that love to the rest of the world.
It's just a coming together of people, different races, you know, just people, animals, places, and things, you know, and everybody's just like united.
I mean that all of us is family, and it's just one love for every one of us, you know. And every day we wake up, we see the tree them, we love the tree them, we love the bird, the bees, every creation, all of creation we love. With the one love, God is Jah love, you know.
From the Father of creation. One love. Said what about love? One heart. Let's get together.
say one umbrella, one God, one spirit, you know, that we're all humans, we all bleed the same color, you know, and that, you know, that ultimately we're made of the same stuff inside. And it's a very powerful, powerful concept and very real, and I think that's why it transcends time.